We continue our reading of Lest We Forget, a daily devotional by author George R. Knight. Today's reading, February 17, New Light on the Sanctuary, Part 4. He is able to save to the uttermost those who draw near to God through him, since he always lives to make intercession for them. Hebrews 7:25. Crozier had begun to write about the heavenly sanctuary as early as March 1845, but it was on February 7, 1846, that he presented his fullest understanding of the topic in an article entitled The Law of Moses. We can summarize the most important conclusions of the Law of Moses as follows. 1. A literal sanctuary exists in heaven. 2. The Hebrew sanctuary was a complete visual representation of the plan of salvation patterned after the heavenly sanctuary. 3. Just as the earthly priest had a two-phase ministry in the wilderness sanctuary, so Christ has a two-phase ministry in the heavenly. The first phase began in the holy place at his ascension. The second on October 22, 1844, when Christ moved from the first apartment of the heavenly sanctuary to the second. Thus, the antitypical or heavenly Day of Atonement started on that date. Fourth, the first phase of Christ's ministry dealt with forgiveness, while the second involves the blotting out of sins and the cleansing of both the sanctuary and individual believers. 5. The cleansing of Daniel 8:14 was a purification from sin and was therefore accomplished by blood rather than fire. 6. A period of time would take place between the beginning of Christ's second apartment ministry and the second advent. The results of Crozier's Bible study had answered the questions on the identity of the sanctuary and the nature of the cleansing. In addition, they indicated what had occurred at the conclusion of the 2300-day prophecy of Daniel 8:14. Crozier's article did not go unnoticed by those who would become the leaders of the Sabbatarian Adventists. As early as May 1846, Joseph Bates recommended Crozier's treatment of the sanctuary as being superior to anything of this kind existent. The next year, Ellen White penned that, quote, "The Lord showed me in vision more than 1 year ago that Brother Crozier had the true light on the cleansing of the sanctuary, etc., and that it was his will that Brother Crozier should write out the view which he gave us in the Day Star Extra, February 7, 1846. We can be thankful that God not only has a plan for saving his people from their sins, but that it is moving toward its completion as Christ ministers on our behalf in heaven." This concludes our reading today of Lest We Forget.